Hey guys, Dragon Ball for Life here today, and I'm back with another video. Now, today's video we're going to be talking about Hajime no Ippo and why them basically retiring Ippo and having Takamura and his, pupil be the more main characters and him be a background character was one of the worst decisions they've ever made. Now, I used to absolutely love Hajime no Ippo. I watched the anime, I read the manga and stuff, but once when they retired him, I was, kind of disappointed and, annoyed by it to the point where I just quit because I was like, I do love the series, but the reason why I love the series was because of the main character and I wanted to see his progression through his story. So to just end him off and be like, oh, well, he took too much damage and he can't fight anymore kind of annoyed me, and I always felt like it was a dumb decision. And I want to get into that, but before I get into that, I do want to talk about the fact that I know on this channel I mainly covered Dragon Ball. I have ventured off out of Dragon Ball when it came to, other comic books like Marvel and DC. I've done like one video on Naruto, I think one video on One Piece. So I have ventured off a little bit, but usually my videos are Dragon Ball centric. And this channel obviously is called Dragon Ball for Life, so it's going to be mainly Dragon Ball content. But I also do want to talk about other stuff because there's a lot of other, content or stuff that I like different franchises, movies, TVs, and stuff like that. So if there's any other show or anime specifically that you want me to make discussion videos or topic videos about, I can definitely do that. But, I just don't have that much knowledge about other animes compared to Dragon Ball since I've rewatched it multiple times, whereas other animes, I probably watched it once, and ever since then, I didn't rewatch it again, so I possibly forgot, a lot. So, yeah, that's the only reason, but, I want to venture off to countless other animes, because I have watched easily over 100 animes in my lifetime, and I'm still watching more and more new animes every time, so I definitely do want to, make discussion videos and topic videos about other animes. So, yeah, let's get back into it. Now, when this first happened, a lot of people, their reaction was more positive. They were happy, they were excited. And the reason why they were excited was because they said this was a new and innovative idea. Because in most animes, you have the main character winning or at least having the most part into the story or, transitioning throughout his life and or the main character's life. But this anime did something completely different where they had the main character basically his journey end, but the story still continue, and he's just out into the side and just watching it develop. And I don't know why people love this so much. I felt like the only reason people liked this idea wasn't because it was a good idea, wasn't because it made the story more interesting or whatever. It was simply due to the fact that they just thought it was, different and unique. And I get that because a lot of anime, especially, shonen anime, can be very, repetitive, cliche and stuff. But here's the thing. If you want to deviate from that cliche and repetitiveness and want to write a more creative and unique story, go ahead and do that. That's fine. But to make stupid decisions does not fix that. People think that just because it's, something that we've never seen before is new or different, that means it's automatically good. That's not how it works. The only way something is good if it's different is if it's well written or makes sense. Just because it's different just for the sake of being different doesn't make it better. It seems like a hipster type of ideology where oh, it's not like the mainstream. And I get it. We don't want to watch the same shonen anime over and over again. For me personally, I don't mind it, but a lot of people have a distaste for it, and I can see why. But that direction was one of the dumbest, and people went from praising this, saying this is a great idea, this and that, which I thought was stupid. I was like, then what the hell's the point of having the story? It just ended. Why you have to go through this stuff and stuff like that? Also, for me, I felt like, yes, it's a more realistic aspect, but here's the thing. We go to, watch stuff like movies and TV shows and animes and manga to escape reality. We don't want to see everything be realistic. Yes, I know there's some good stuff with shows and stuff with realism, and I do love it, but I don't want it in every aspect of my life, We go to these worlds to escape reality, and the fact that you're putting more reality where you're basically having a main character that people love, and just simply having him, being taken out because of realistic reasons, it's stupid. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck how realistic that is. That pissed me off. When I saw that, I was like, these guys are literally just hipsters. They just want to be like, oh, it's different. It's always realistic. Shut the fuck up. The whole point of fantasy stuff is to, have these crazy stuff happening. Anime, the whole point of it is to see fantastic stuff happening. Not, oh, this is going to be realistic and we're going to see his ambitions fail or whatever. But I feel like when it first came out, they were loving it. They're praising the decision. But I think now at this point, even maybe before it, a lot of people have turned and gone from praising it to being annoyed by it. I have checked, the Hajime no Ippo manga. From time to time, it has like over 1,000 chapters and stuff or whatever. And I've checked over it time to time, but every time when I do, I see in the comment section of the comic book or the manga, and people are shitting on the idea, saying, "Man, they're cursing out Ippo, calling him a pussipo. They're calling him a bitch. They're saying he's a weak ass dude. Like, just get back into the fight or just give up. This and that." And they're going off on him and mad about it. And I 100% agree. This is how I felt when they first did it. I was like, why are they doing this? This is the dumbest direction. I get it once again. It is a different thing. It's unique. It's not the main character always winning. But it's like, do we really need to take him out completely? If that's the case, just end the manga then. Why are you still continuing it? I don't give a shit about Takamura. If I'm being honest, Takamura is a kind of a douchebag character. He's an asshole character that you want to see get beaten up. And the fact that we're just seeing through his winning, and we had, his pupil who is kind of cool, but the thing about it is, what would you rather see? The main character that the story was built upon, or just his lame ass, pupil? And we do see later on in the manga they kind of did ruin, his pupil also. He's kind of losing. It's only Takamura that's really winning. The other two guys, I forgot what their names were. Those guys also gave up, quit boxing because they were trash. And it's like, Takamura's the only one that really matters. And the whole decision with Ippo was just stupid, like I said. I just hate the fact that they got rid of a main character, a really likable character too, simply just be like, oh, well, he got injured too much. And some people are saying they're going to build him up to bring him back in, but here's the thing. I'm still not going to forgive them for what they did, because they took him out for years. I think this happened all the way back in 2018. It's been years, I mean literal years, since he has been, retired from boxing. If they bring him back in, like I said, I would be happy, but I would still be annoyed at the fact that they took him out for so long for whatever stupid reason. This was the dumbest decision. I don't give a shit about what other stuff. Like, I was okay with Ippo losing and stuff. He lost to Date, who is basically, he lost to Ricardo, I think Martinez was his name. He was the top guy there, so, it makes sense for him to lose to the top guy in his division. And then he lost to another Mexican fighter who was, he was a lethal killer. And I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. But the fact that later on he got so much damage that he lost to a taxi cab driver pissed me off. I'm like, these guys are really rooting this series for no other reason besides whatever fucking reason the writer had. When I saw that, it pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck is this dipshit doing? Just stop writing if you're gonna be a dumbass. But yeah, even if he does come back, it's still a dumb decision, and it's still ruined the decision making that they did. But not only that, I also don't like what I could see that there's some cracks in the story when they had the whole kid from the Philippines, I think he was, and he was like this monkey boy who could jump around and stuff. And when he was fighting Ippo, he was outclassing Ippo. He was just far more talented than Ippo. He was beating the living shit out of this guy. The only thing that Ippo had over him was strength, but he couldn't hit him. And he got lucky by hitting with a couple of love taps that did affect him later on and basically stopped his leg from working and took him out. Which, I'm going to be honest, me and a lot of other, Hajime no Ippo fans agree that that was bullshit. It was just a lame-ass excuse. If they're going to make him win, just have Ippo have, a smarter strategy to catch him up, or just not make the guy so fucking untouchable. Instead of making it right some dumbass reasoning. Oh, he tapped him a little bit in the kidney, and the effects started working on him later on. Dumbass, that's the fucking biggest load of bullshit ever. So I could already see that the story was falling apart at that point, and it was the dumbest second dumbest decision they made in this entire franchise, besides the fact that they, retired Ippo, which was purely the dumbest thing that they've ever done. But yeah, I just did not like the directions they took with this, this manga. And now they're having the Wild Monkey Boy fight against, the top guy in the division, and people are saying he's going to lose and stuff, but it's just like, they really overshadowed Ippo, and all the other people that he beat, like Sendu and stuff, they have surpassed him. They have gone higher, and he's just in the background being a fucking corner man, and it's annoying. I just don't like it. Even though, like I said, if he comes back, he's just a bitch at this point. They fucking ruined him. They ruined the character. They ruined the thing. That was the dumbest decision, and for any of you dumbasses that were, so happy about it and excited about it, I wonder how you feel now. Because if you went from loving it to crying about it now, it's all your fault. Because you guys, well, it's not all your fault, but the fact that you guys liked it, you guys are stupid. You guys are part of the problem. You guys were supporting that shit instead of hating on it. Maybe if he got a little more hate or backlash for it, he would have probably tried to fix the problem a lot earlier. But right now, it's just us, Hajime no Ippo fans that want to see Ippo getting back into the ring and fighting and being the main character, just us complaining about it in the comment section and wanting him back. Because at this point, I don't know why anybody follows it. Like I said, I only go back once in a while, back and forth. I'll probably check it after this video to see where they're at, but I highly doubt he's going to be back in the ring. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 more years for him to come back. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people are sick and tired. I think at this point, majority of the fans are against that idea and want it to just be done. But like, it's been since 2018, it's 2022, it's coming to 2023. It's gonna be legit like 5 years in the making of him just being retired. And like I said, he was early on in his career. Hopefully when they do bring him back, he's a lot smarter. He's not a dumbass fighter where he just runs in head first and gets his head beaten in. He's a little more strategic and a little bit more elusive when it comes to his, his defense. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed these, different, topics of other animes and stuff. Like I said, I will definitely be talking about other, works of fiction and definitely other animes, but I'll just have to do a little more research and, find specific topics that I can have and discussions I can have about these other ones. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned for next time.